This truck has a Honda engine. What is there to hate about? There you go. Like, for example, I'm just gonna go hit, and I hit the gas, and then no tappy tappies and no knocky knockies, and I absolutely stole. Oops, he just pooped. Hey guys, Rookie Dealer is here. We just picked up this Honda Ridgeline. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Rookie Dealer is here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm with our most recent find that I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace, 2011 Honda Ridgeline. And in this video, I will be talking about how much did I pay for it, whether this car slash truck is worth in today's market, what are some goods and some bads, and whether this was a good find or a rookie mistake, and we're gonna find out. Stick around and we're just gonna get into getting, test driving, looking at all the goods and bads and everything that comes along with it. Let's get into it. Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. 2011 Honda Ridgeline 4-wheels drive Honda truck, or SUV as you may call it. Uh, this is a really nice looking truck that I think a lot of people can consider buying if you have a low budget that you want a commuter slash truck. And this little guy can actually be really convenient as far as having a family vehicle to drive around the town, go to work, go do your groceries, and then have a little bit of truck bed that you can just put your stuff in there, your baseball bags and your sports equipment, or you want to transport. In my case, I got a Parrot that I put cages and stuff. That can actually get the job done pretty nicely. This truck slash SUV has a really unique look. On the front side, you really can't think this would be a truck, but it's got similar to the Honda Pilot look from here. I mean, it's not a truck, but then you just go on the side profile and you realize, oh, there you go, there's a truck bed. That's a truck now. So it's got all matching tires, Goodyear, good threads. They're not really old tires, but all season Goodyear tires. Of course, there's a lot of paint chips here and there. And I get the truck. This is a classic Honda problem. This paint is kind of like, if you just go in there, as you can see, like it's chipping off. I try not to mess with that. But like I said, it's got a Goodyear Reliant all season tires, and the size is 245 60 18s right there. All four of them matches. Like I said, good threads, as you can see. Um, really not bad looking truck from the money that I paid for it. I will disclose it at the end of the video. It's got some, I think as far as the cosmetic goes, this is the major part. That's the challenge. It's got the hit right here, a little bruise right there and right there. Then it popped off the bumper from right here. I think this should be relatively easy to put it back on. And then this guy right there. What this does really not doesn't bother me that much. What bothers me the most is the door. Although the gap here looks really fine and even, like it's not like this is pushed in. When you open the door and when you're trying to close it, right about here, I feel like it's catching onto something along this line, which is no big deal because it closes fine, as you can see, like it closes. But when you're closing it, you can feel that, like the rubbing before, right there, the rubbing before it closes. It's not like that on the other side. But aside from that, I mean, it's not really a bad looking truck. So we got 4 wheels drive, so you can actually, I don't know if you may, but go off-roading with this thing. Um, Here's how it's looking on the backside. We got a little bit of window tint, very little right here. And on this side here, we got the pull handle that you can lift up the seats. Here's 3 passenger seats. This comes down, gets you 2 cup holders and a little cubby holder where you can, comfortably sit here and travel. It's a decent size, decent room. I mean, when I sit here, I mean, of course, this seat is really all the way at the back, but even then, kind of fit, you know? Not too bad. I mean, it's a nice little truck. Here's the inside. I feel like I'm sitting so high up. Like, look at it, guys. I feel like I'm sitting so high up. Like, I feel like I'm actually up there, which is nice. And here's the look from the inside. Good old Honda look. We got an infotainment system right here. That's I'm gonna get into that in just a second. Which is nice. I mean, it's a little cute little upgrade, and there's upgrade of speakers here. The owner mentioned that they upgraded the speakers, which is really nice, to be honest with you. Sounds great, sounds loud. It's not a sound system by any means, but upgraded speaker, I'll take it, man. The pull handle picks up your seats right here, and there's a decent amount of opening space. I know this thing comes off if you don't want this to be here and you want it all flat. This is easily removable. I like it. You know, you can just put your stuff in there. In this case, you know, the owner let all the old accessories, like they replaced the headlights. They got some, you know, LEDs, and they just left all the other stuff in here. It's like a token, socket, infotainment, some brackets. You know, good stuff. I mean, it's always good to have the OEM light bulbs because the LED ones sometimes they tend to go bad, and when they do, you can just put the old ones back on, and there you go, you have it. In fact, we had a small problem with the lights that this turn signal right here started flashing a little fast, and then we're just gonna have to, you know, kind of look at it. I mean, it just comes and goes. It's not really a big of a deal. Doesn't do that often, but something needs to be addressed. Here, this is what I was telling you. Like on this door, when I'm closing, like there's no rubbing or anything, versus the other door just catching them somewhere. I'm 100% sure it has something to do with that hit. Maybe just pushed in a little bit. Like I said, no big deal. And this is the other side. Goes up and then it just locks back in, just like that. Just throw that in there. This seat right here, the middle seat, has a little bit of leather coming off. It's not ripped. It's just, you know, it's coming off a little bit. But aside from that, I mean, it's pretty nice, clean. Really not that bad. I mean, I realized this one looks like so much like a Silverado door locks. We've got power window, all around WeatherTech mats, which I really like. You can actually, you know, get up in the rain, mud, and you can be fine, clean. You got electric seats here. You go to the WeatherTech mats, and underneath you got the Honda Ridgeline cloth mat. And on the driver's side door, you got window controls right here. The driver's side is the express down. This guy right here, if you don't know, this is the fifth window that's located right there, the center one. That is actually pretty cool. Like if you want to just put all the windows down and just knock this one off, it really makes a difference. You got your door locks, your child security lock, your adjustable mirrors left and right, and then this one is the heated mirror. You just hit it there, and then your mirrors start heating. And like I said, it's the electric seats. It's not memory seats, but you know you gotta do it manually. If you want to change it. Over this side here is we have the sunroof controls. Yes, this truck has a sunroof, which I'll show you in just a second. There you go. And it works. It's a little nasty, but it works. And then we have your cargo lights, which is really bright and nice. They are located right here. There's one right here, and then there's one on this side. I think there was one down here somewhere. Yeah, there's one right there. And then there's one right there. Boom. Yeah, these are pretty nice cargo lights, very bright. All of them are LEDs like this one, white. So in the nighttime, it really lights them up. You got your lights for the cluster. It's unfortunately not an auto lights. This is something that I struggle a lot because my other vehicle is auto. So anytime I get in and out, I mean, of course, it's not a big deal, but I just forget it, and then I'm afraid to get pulled over for it. You got the fog lights, traction control off, a parking brake right there, and you release it just like that. Then this guy right here pops the hood, and this guy right here pops the field door. And aside from that, here's the condition of the driver's seats. This truck has 225,000 miles, and just look at the seat. I mean, just of course, like there's a little bit right here. Matter of fact, when I get in and out, I just kind of squeeze down right here, slide my way down. I mean, but if this was a GM truck, 2011, probably went through like two seats already. The only problem is I see here is this side right here, the leather piece coming out. You can see it better on this angle, which is no big deal. Again, you can get that repatched and painted. Shouldn't be that complicated. You need to take it to an upholstery shop. This here, he said he replaced it. I owned a Honda before. This arm set's always demolished. This has still got a little bit of life to go, but as you can see, it's bubbling up right here. So this is gonna probably anytime soon it's gonna be opening. So you need to get that wrapped again. Here we got the cup holders, cubby holder, and over here you have your power outlet, 120 volt, two of them. You got heated seat on both driver side and passenger side. You got your inside light control, AC control panel, your emergency lights, a little bit of cubby holder with USB that goes to your infotainment system. This, I thought it was an ashtray. Apparently not, because it says really clearly, not an ashtray. Well, I'm not a smoker, so I'm not really worried about that, but here it is. It's not an ashtray. And on this side, we have your trip that you can reset, and then your VTM 4 lock. I believe that is a differential lock, like you lock your four wheels so they all can turn in the same direction. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad looking truck. This is overall how the looks of it, and the dash is good. There's no cracks, nothing funny. You got your mirror that shows the direction where you're going. On top here, you have yourself a sunglass holder, really bright, nice LED lights, really nice. And then, of course, your garage door openers. Headliner isn't also pretty nice and clean shape. I know I see here, I don't know how well that's going to come out on the camera, but some spots, you see that? I'm suspecting that is just the glue. I'm suspecting at this point this headliner was a little bit saggy and they just put some glue on, which is, my opinion, they did a great job. I mean, look at it. I mean, tell me it doesn't look impressive if they glued it. If not, it's just a leak. It's gone away, but it's not leaking anymore. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much all the features that you get with this 2011 Honda Ridgeline four wheels drive truck slash SUV. I'll tell you this though, this is a fully loaded package. Not every single one of these cars come with this many features. If they come with cloth seats, of course, you're not gonna have your heated seats and comfort of the leather. But again, you can have yourself a comfortable to drive relatively. I mean, depends on what you're comparing with. And SUV height and size, a little truck. Now, coming to the back side of this truck, this is actually getting interesting a little bit. It's a decent size of truck bed. I don't know what you think. Of course, it's not the biggest and largest by any means, but this truck is actually a decent size of truck, man. Just look at it. Once you open the bed down, I mean, you can really put a lot of stuff in here. So let me just get this bag down here and talk about this bed right here and my favorite feature. Just sit tight and I'm gonna show you in just a second, right about here. Um, so it's got nice hooks that you can, put your straps all around, two on this side, two on that side, one over here, one on top, and then one over here, and then one on top right there. You can strap them down, anything that you want to strap down. I so far transported fewer things, and then I had to put a bungee on them. Super rare style. I mean, just keep your straps and bungees together, and you can just, get up and go, man. When once you open it, I feel like I'm not entirely sure about the measurements, but this here, that right there to this here, probably about 6 feet, if not a little bit of more, where you can transport a lot of stuff, which is great. Now, with this truck, it comes with, of course, with the tow package. You can have your uh how many pins? Six. Yep, 6 pin tow here, and then here's your where the tow hitch goes. It's got really nice bright lights. Let me just close this. And the only other problem I was able to find was this here. It's a little loose. Of course, the plastic part is broken. So I've driven a little bit. It stays in place, just comes loose a little bit like this, which doesn't really bother me. But if it comes to a point where I have to address this issue, I'll probably just put very little bit of glue just to hold it in place. And if I need to replace it, I can just like yank it out. No big deal. It stays in place, like I said. Here. So now my favorite feature of this little truck so far is this right here. So it says release, and I'm like, what is this? So you just put your hand in there. There's a little latch, as you heard, opens up. So now your truck door opens up sideways. Now, is this the favorite feature that I was talking about? Absolutely not. It's cool that you got this little latch right here, the handle right there. But the main thing is this guy right here. So this truck actually has a trunk where you hit this and you lift that up, and then there you go. You have yourself a cooler, trunk, stash, and any other stuff that you can hide actually from the elements. So you got your spare tire. I think this has ever, never, ever been used. You got your tools up there. And over here, I put my stuff in here, excuse the crowd, but this is a decent size trunk. I mean, just think about it. This is a full size spare tire, and look how big it is compared to that. I mean, this is huge, dude. And I know there is a drain plug right there. Once you take that drain plug off, just like this, you can see this stash trunk compartment can easily be turned into a cooler. Put your ice and your favorite drinks, and there you have it, man. You have yourself a really nice cooler. Now, I put here some tools, some bungees that I like to have a little tarp if I need to cover up something. And this truck came with these liquids that the owner gave it to me when we were negotiating. And then these are the differential fluid, which is almost full, the automatic transmission fluid, ATFDW1. You got yourself a gear oil, and then uh, I put these two guys in here. This one is because, like I said, this is sometimes flashing fast, so I really need to get that cleaned up. And then anytime I buy a new car, I just like to put this stuff in, man. This thing, it's just good tune up for gas, diesel, or ethanol engines, man. I just fill up the tank and then just put that one bottle in there just to kind of give that a little tune up. But yeah, this is a nice little compartment. My favorite feature so far. Like, I hate having my straps, my jumper cable and rope and all the other small tools that's, open or in the bed. Yeah, I mean, I could have kept them inside on the back side of the truck, but how convenient is this? So if I have to go around and get it, like, here you go, man. This is really convenient, and it's got a lock, so you actually really not have to worry about somebody's getting into it and stealing, because realistically, when you lock this truck with the key, which I'll do that right now. Here's the key. I locked it, right? This thing doesn't open. You see? It's actually locking, and when you close it, you don't even know there's a compartment there, man. Like, no one thought that there's something in there. Nothing. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Under the hood, we have the good old 3.5 VTEC 6-cylinder classic Honda engine with 250 horsepower and 247 foot-pounds of torque, 6-cylinder engine. If you don't know about this engine, these are the bulletproof Honda engine that Honda puts on pretty much everything, including Odysseys and Accords. I've owned one before. I was really happy with the overall experience that I had with this engine. We have really clean compartment here. Um, our battery is a few years old. Engine is looking nice and clean. Oil job was done recently before I even bought the car, which I will show you the level here in just a second. As you can see on the camera, oil level is pretty nice. Oil is clean. The engine, I checked it before buying it. It sounds good, looks clean. I popped off the engine cover. We have, you know, a few stuff that's replaced by the owner. He replaced the starter. He replaced the alternator. And a couple other things that he mentioned that I forgot now. But everything from coolant to engine oil, power steering, and AC, and everything all together looks really good. The only problem we have here, I don't know how well I can show on the camera, but right about here where the power steering pump is, it's leaking a very little bit of power steering. Now, I asked the guy, hey, how much power steering that you have to add in order to keep the level up and running, right? Well, he said, I only add it twice a year. Well, believe me or not, this car has been sitting here for, you know, about an hour now that I'm recording, and there is nothing really under that's leaking. And I parked this on my driveway. There's no leaks or whatsoever. So it's really not a bad leak. It's just something that, we need to be knowing of and keep an eye on it. I I realized it when I came. I'll see here. You see how clean that area is? I don't know how well it's coming out on the camera, but I was like, shouldn't be that clean. And then I realized, there's a little bit of residue right there. So I guess that's something that, we have to, keep an eye on it. But it gets the job done, no problems, no nothing, not whatsoever. You got your air filter there, coolant level is good, color is good, clean. Engine runs good. I can just turn it on in just a second so y'all can hear it. But overall, guys, I mean, I'm really liking this truck. I haven't cleaned it. I mean, it's absolutely nasty. Just look at it. It is nasty all around. Just look at it. Look at the hood. Look at everything else. This car is nasty, but I haven't touched it. And look still how clean that is. So let me just get inside, crank up the car so you can hear the engine, and maybe possibly after that we can just take it out for a test drive. Here we go. Ready, set, and go. Of course, you can't hear anything because microphone is inside, but here it is. I realized the microphone actually didn't do really good justice on the engine sound. Here is my camera's microphone without the actual microphone. Here's how the engine sound without any, noise reduction or anything like that. And here it is. I mean, it is still super in order, quiet, no tappy tappies and no knocky knockies engine, man. 225,000 miles. Listen to that. 225,000 miles. Honda engine. Just listen to this. I mean, some people absolutely hate this thing. This is here. Let me just get in front of the camera. This is my thing, guys. If this truck has a Honda engine, what is there to hate about? This is the most reliable you can ever get. Look how nice the sound of it. I mean, look at the belt. Everything is in order. Nothing, no rattling, no hitting, no nothing. And I'll tell you this truck has got maybe another life ahead of him. About 200, 300,000 miles. I'm not even kidding with you and not exaggerating. Go check your local Honda Ridgeline trucks on Facebook Marketplace and just look at their mileages. You can't find none under 200 or 300,000 miles. It's always up there. What that means is that these trucks, they actually last. And here's the proof. 225,000 miles. Listen to that engine. Unbelievable. All right, let's close the hood. And I wanted to show you one other defect, so to say, of the car is this right here. Can you see it? That paint difference? So the owner told me that the paint, similar to the hood, was chipping away from this compartment right here. So I think what they try to do amateurly, they kind of try to get it resprayed again. I mean, they somehow did an okay job, but you see, they didn't blend it in. So it's like two tones. Of course, you can barely tell from a distance, but it's just there to know it. Some people might suspect this was in a certain type of accident, then they had to repaint the roof or anything, but that's not the case here. This was a paint discoloration, so they had to just kind of get it done. I'm honestly the least concerned part about this truck is the paint. There's another defect right here on the headlight that the owner tried to buff and correct the paint, and the machine slid and it just landed on the headlight. I think I can get this off with a headlight restorer kit, but we can give that a try in another video. But overall, guys, this is the 2011 my sweet little Honda ride with a truck bed and a cooler and a stash and a trunk in the truck bed with 4 decent tires, high mileage, but a decent mileage, highway mileage, little truck slash SUV. And let me know in the comments what you think so far about this little truck. Now let's look at the lights of the truck. I turned on everything. Let me just roll the window down a little bit. And this little truck has got pretty decent and bright LED lights. Like I said, these lights can cause some issues, if you all replace some LEDs with the OEM lights. These are not as durable as the OEM lights, but Once they do, you can either get the bulbs replaced, or you can go ahead and put the old ones back in. The fog lights work, they're really bright. And on the back side, this is how it's looking. That plate light is really nice and bright. The cargo lights work fine. I can just show you all of that stuff right now. So let's just turn on the cargo light, and then let's just turn on the emergency light, and maybe the high beams. So when you turn on the high beams, of course the fog lights go away, but here's the turn signals. They all look fine, they all work. And on the back side, we have our cargo light is on, making the bed really bright. And then here's our emergencies. They all work. All of our lights work, all the brake lights and everything work. Really nice and bright, decent looking uh, upgrade. I usually try to do the upgrade of the LED swap on my own uh, vehicles, but let's uh, let's get into the truck and take it out for a little spin. I can put on a time lapse so you don't have to watch the whole thing, but here we go. We have 14.7 miles per gallon. That's terrible. Honestly, I expected a little bit more for this, but here it is. Once we go here, I think it was this guy right here. We have 128 miles of range, 100% oil life, 225,786 miles on the odometer, on the dash. But overall, no warning lights on the dash. This thing is uh has literally like no problems. The only light I see sometimes is the DRL, daytime running lights. There you go. As we speak, it just came on. So the daytime running lights comes on and off. I really don't know how that controls it, but once I turn on the light, it goes away, and then when I turn it off, it just comes back on. There you go, right there. But yeah, guys, here's the little point of view of the driver side. I mean, it's like I said, you're sitting high, and it's actually pretty nice from where I'm sitting. The headlights really doesn't bother me if I'm driving a relatively small car. All of the headlights just like right on my face, which I hate. Like I said, this is your mirror. Your sunroof works right here. It's a little odd place for sunroof controls, but there you go. I mean, it works. Beautiful sunset. But there you have it. Okay. Yeah, well, let's go out for a little spin, and I'll just put a time lapse, and then we can talk about how much this truck was being purchased, what is the background and history about it, and then we just go from there. Sit tight and enjoy the ride. Buckle up. Adjust my seat a little bit. Here we go. And last thing that I wanted to talk about was this little upgrade right here. So this, let me just put on the one. So this little screen right here is actually pretty nice. It's got uh, Apple CarPlay, where you can have connect your phone and have all the good stuff that you can manage. You can have radio here. Uh, I mean, I told you it was loud, but aside from that, you can just go back and you can go to your apps, and I think that's called Z-Link right there. And once you hit that, it will connect to whatever the phone, and then you can actually have the map and all the other connections here. You can literally be hands-free, listen to your music and follow your navigation. And it's a cute little upgrade, to be honest. But if you want to, just do like a user as a tablet, you can also do that. So you have, Google Chrome, just a little, Android apps, and Google Maps is right here. You can watch YouTube and all that good stuff. Of course, you need to connect the internet to your hotspot on your phone. But if you do that, I mean, it's really it's a little cute little upgrade versus the old school, just simple little infotainment system. But
You know who made it. You know who made it.
okay, I will talk about how is the driving experience on this car. So it's a little bouncy when you first start driving. You can feel the car truck is kind of all over the place. It's not. I'm sorry, I had to put the windows up. I didn't know. I didn't realize it until now. Yeah, I was saying it's a little bouncy. It can be a little bit of like all over the place when you're driving down the road. Definitely not as comfortable as little sedan cars that you can, commute every day. I mean, to be particular, if you watch the video, the DTS I have is a lot more comfortable as far as driving experience. However, if you like to be high up in the traffic, if you like not get bothered with these high HD and laser light and high beams from the incoming traffic, if you like not to have the risk of, flooding and getting stuck in the mud or in the sand or snow, this can actually be a really decent ride for you. I mean, it's comfortable, don't get me wrong. It is really comfortable to drive. It's quiet on the inside. There's there's not a lot of road noise that's coming. The brakes feeling good. Performance wise, when you hit the gas, it actually, gets up and goes. I'm gonna have to need to merge here in just a second. There you go. Like for example, I'm just gonna go hit and I hit the gas, and then it picks up. I mean, it's a truck, but once you hit the gas, it gets up and goes. Of course, that MPG is not impressive. I mean, I was honestly a little bit of disappointed as far as the gas mileage and fuel efficiency goes. But again, I understand it's an all-time four-wheel drive truck, so you don't really expect much from these four wheels drive big heavy trucks. And this is not the heaviest by any means, but it is still a truck, and it is still a heavy compared to the little cars that you use for commute. And so I can understand about the gas mileage. Of course, it could be a little bit of troublesome for some people that are driving a lot of distances every day. But I mean, this truck was used 225,000 miles, and this truck has been a commute for somebody that I purchased it from. And he wasn't impressed, but he wasn't complaining either. So I guess that can just pass. I hear a little bit of shakiness and vibration from the left driver's side. Aside from that, though, it's all quiet, all in order. I don't see anything weird. The steering wheel, as you can see, I can let it go and it's just like straight. And the tires, like I said, looking good. I measured the tire pressures on each one of them. They all looked good, about at 32 and 33 psi. It's going straight, and my high beams work. My signals work, like I said, like right signal works fine, left signal works fine. Um, all of the lights work. The AC is actually down here. I can turn it on just to show you. It's got a little bit of the control screen right here where you can adjust the temperature. You can higher up the fan and then lower it. And then the AC. There's two little buttons here. Let me turn on the light for you that you can't actually see, and they're not lit up. I don't know why. I read it on the forums that some people hate it that these are not lit up. These are actually pretty important lights, and one of them is for AC, and then the other one is for the vents, like where you want the vents to work. I mean, everything else is lit up, but not these two. It's interesting. I just find it interesting. I don't know what y'all think, but yeah, I mean, it's a nice little truck that you can get up around and go. It's got a decent power, not the most powerful, of course, but once you hit the gas, you don't feel like you're stranded back there. I mean, you can actually speed up, and just get away from the situations. Um, Actually, like having these on. Matter of fact, I can just use this button right here, boys. Boys and girls, I have a little button right here. Once you hit it, like your whole entire interior is lit up. But yeah, I was saying, it's kind of a little all over the place car. I mean, it shakes a little bit, wobbles a little bit. You see like a little bit of wiggle room in the steering wheel, which I really don't like it much. But it's good uh, for someone that again wants a decent truck. I don't know if I'm going too fast. I need to pay attention to the speed limit. For someone that wants a truck versatility, get up and go and put something in the back seat and have five passengers and some truck bed space at the same time, I think this could be a perfect choice for one of y'all out there. And to me, I have purchased this because exactly why someone with an intention of purchasing a truck would do. I have, again, pets. I move the cages around. I like to put some, stuff in the back trunk area, like the truck bed area. I hate trying to squeeze things into back seat and damage the leather or cloth interior of the vehicles. It's always good to have a truck bed space where you can just throw the junk you have, or haul your animals, or haul anything you want to haul, or even more, throw a tow hitch on it and just like tow a trailer. If you want to go somewhere, far away and move out of the states, boom, there you go. You get yourself a big trailer. Now you are off the road. But again, like I said, this truck is driving comfortably, if not more, as equally as my old Silverado. It drives as nice as those Chevys and F-150s, if not a little bit better, because of the SUV that you have on the inside. Literally, I mean, this is just a Honda SUV with a truck bed on it. Um, but like I said, everything is in order. Everything is working good. I mean, the dash is good. No lights, no issues, no smoking, and no burning oils. Everything is in order for the money we paid, and I will disclose that in just a moment and give you a little bit of backstory about this truck. But let's just get to the place where we're gonna go to. Do this like 30 minutes ride, and then we'll talk about all of the other details in just a second. Just enjoy the ride.
You know who made
Hey, we made it home with Sydney. We're gonna finish up the video and talk about how much we paid for this thing, what's the story behind it, and then just end the video, huh? What do you think, Sydney? That's a good idea? I think so. Okay, so night, oops, you just pooped. Okay. Okay, so yeah, one night I was just at home scrolling down and just like looking at some Facebook Marketplace vehicles that I've been, uh looking for. And then I just decided to look at around my area where I live, about like 5 miles radius. Uh so I just came up to this car that's just posted I think about a day ago or something. It was like right down the street. I just shoot him a message and he goes, well, people are coming to look at it, so I'm just gonna have to show it to them first because I promised to them and this and that. He's a nice guy, and I'm like, dang it, dude! Like I really wanted to look. Why? Because this truck is a one owner. He purchased it in back in 2011 from a Honda dealer that's local here, and he kept it ever since. And he drove it. His son drove it, and everybody else that um, wanted to drive. After some point, he made this a second car. Therefore, it just sat in there in their driveway and they didn't use it. And then I'm like, man, like one owner car he's been using for this past 14, 15 years. um it's got to be something cool, right? I mean, yeah, the miles are high and it's scary a little bit at one point, but he kept the book of the maintenance. Like, I'm not even kidding. I can add it to the video and you can see it. Like, he just kept the whole book of maintenance, like handwritten one by one. He's just marking, oil change done, brake pads done. And the guy seemed like he was somebody that, takes good care of it. And then when I asked him that I'm really seriously interested in going seeing this vehicle, which he posted for 5 grand, 5250. I'm like, I gotta go. And he was like, nope, well, I can't let you go because I promised somebody else from out of town that's coming. And I go like, dang it, dude, like I just missed it. So like that's just the first thing that went to my mind because number one, for what it is, the price that he's asking for this truck, it's Sydney, stop pooping. Okay, we're doing the video. So what for what it is that they're asking about this truck, I feel like it's just a good price for 5200 because they usually go around like 65, 69 if the miles are a little low. But this one was like 52, so the prices was right. And then the owner, one owner car, that's checks out, and it looked good on the images, and it's close by. So these are all advantages, right? Like when you're looking for a car or truck. And then I go by, well, okay, I'll just wait to hear from you. I mean, there's nothing I can do really if they go and buy it because he promised them. And then he texts me. He's like, "Hey, well, there's something came up. The weather wasn't nice. It was raining, and then the people decided to back off. And you can come see it now because you were asking." I go because it's close by. And in 10 minutes, I just go down there and just start looking around the car or truck. I mean, we're just asking back and forth. He is telling me everything that he knows, and everything seems to be, checking out, and no like suspicious behavior or anything. The last guy I went to his work. Long story short, I hit him with 4,500. He goes like, "Nope, not gonna take 4,500 because my inbox is blowing up. I want to get my asking price." And I mean, he's got a point. When there's a lot of people are asking, but some of y'all may not know, but Facebook Marketplace can be really tricky. It could be really frustrating and challenging, especially if you're selling something that a lot of people are looking for, such as like trucks or bicycles or things like that. Like everybody's just spamming, is this available? And just they just never come and look at it. They're just wasting your time. And I hit him with the second move. I'm like, hey, listen, I know 4,500 might be a little bit less than what you thought you would take, but I'm here now. I'm ready to shake your hand. And then he goes like, well, I'll do five flat. And at that point, I was already sold a five. But then, I just started looking around and, started finding some, problems that cosmetically I showed on the video. And I go like, and, if I wanted to get this bumper painted, like that's another, $150 or $200. And just like, do me something. And he just goes, 58, 48.50. I'm sorry. And shake your hand. And then we got the deal. I got this truck for $4,850. Taxes and everything, it came out to like $5,500 or something. A little less than that, I believe. But As you can see, I mean, let me know what you think for $4,850. You think this was a good deal, as far as a truck slash an SUV perspective? Um, I think so. I mean, nowadays it's hard to find a clean, not running and driving and no issues. Like literally, I didn't even touch anything on this truck. It was simply just like ready to go. Get up and go. And this is really like hard. I think it's hard to find under 5 grand, especially a truck that's running and driving, comfortable and reliable. So I think I stole this truck. I absolutely stole it from a Facebook Marketplace, and I'm really happy with the purchase. And I think this truck's got another life, this much long to go. I mean, if I keep maintenance just like the guy was keeping, checking every single book on the maintenance book, I think this truck will treat me fine. And now I can actually get rid of my other cars, sell them, make some money, and then just invest in them, in a future project and future cars. Long story short, guys, I mean, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you watched this video this far, hit that like button. If you subscribe to the channel, that will help me a lot. I'm just trying to, build my channel, possibly open a dealership. Unfortunately, since I don't have a dealership license, I just can't really do any auction buys as as of now. But we can definitely get into that later, down the road. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Is there anything that you want to add, Sydney? Hmm? No? Well, in that case, thank you all for watching Rookie Dealer. I will see you into the next one.